What's going on, dudes? Washed Up Grunt here, coming at you with a video on the Crye AVS, the system as a whole, like how why it's so different from the other carriers on the market, my specific setup, and why I think it's worth your investment if you're looking for a system that is going to carry a lot of weight and feel really comfortable. Because I believe that this system is the go-to for that, in my opinion, at least. Before I get into it, I want to give a huge shout out to Castle Concepts, my buddy Brandon over there, starting up his channel. This video is going to go on his channel, in my channel, just so that way the information on this gets spread about and more people see it, because that's what it's all about here. That's our main goal here. Also, I want to give a shout out to the Grunt Perspective. His video on the AVS is heavily inspired, has heavily inspired this video in this kit. I'll put a link down in the description to Castle Concepts in Grunt Perspective, so that way you guys can see how I kind of copycatted his kit and his setup for when it comes to the AVS, and I just put my own little twist on it because I'm weird like that. But yeah, let's get into it. So let's start with the AVS and what it is, right? It's basically this vest harness system that the plate bags mount onto. What this is going to allow it to do, well, what this achieves actually is the plate bags getting coming off of your body. So instead of the front and back plate bags resting on your back and your chest and your shoulders, this mitigates a lot of that. And I'll show you guys right here. Let's pull this down, right? Take this out. So you can kind of see here the back of the harness in this cummerbund tongue looking thing. Get these out of the way, right? So you can kind of see how like your back rests on here instead of the plate bag resting on your back. And you can see with these loops right here, these metal loops, you just put the back strap through these things and it just mounts onto this harness, right? The other thing that I kind of want to point out too is this plate carrier, instead of staying stagnant on you, instead of just like, staying still on you whenever you're doing super dynamic movements, or just doing awkward movements with your body because you have to when you're wearing this stuff and doing the job and whatnot, or just even on the flat range. This shock cord back here will allow the system to move and breathe with you instead of just staying stagnant on you and causing a whole bunch of hot spots and just being uncomfortable like normal carriers on the market does. So that's the back plate bag. How the front plate bag comes almost off your body, and I say almost because it's not entirely coming off your body. It's a good chunk of it is, at least with that front plate bag, right? So this cummerbund tongue looking thing comes across here and loops, comes in through this loop, right? Try to show you guys the best I can, right? So you put those two through the loops, and your chest goes up on here, right? Or this goes on your chest, and this almost entirely takes that front plate bag off of your body, so you're not feeling any of that weight for the most part. Super innovative, super smart. Not anything super new. I believe this plate carrier has been around since 2010, 2012, around there. It's been issued for many years to several different units, and I believe it's still being issued today in the 75th Ranger Regiment in the Army. Really good system. So let's get into my specific setup, right? Like I said before, heavily inspired off of the grunt perspective. So, copycatted some things from him. So, first, what I got inside of the plate bags, I have some level 4 plates in here, super thick, not very comfortable to put up against your body. That's why I got the Faro Concepts foam insert pads behind the plates, just so that way what little of the plate bag is on me, I don't feel the plate rubbing up against my body like the entire time. Makes it really comfortable. I believe they're like $30 if you're a person that runs plates all the time and has to wear them for work and whatnot. Faro Concept foam inserts are going to be your best friend. Very comfortable. So, starting on top here, I got the Axle Advance shoulder pads, structural shoulder pads, I believe they're called. These things look thick on their website. They look big, but once you put them on and they're on your body, it's actually, they look like normal size pads for your shoulders, in my opinion, at least. But these things got like Tegris lining in here between the padding, so that way over time, as you wear this, it just takes the shape of your shoulder and your trap and just makes it even more comfortable. Adding So they actually recommend to not put these shoulder pads on the vest harness system itself, because a lot of guys have complained in the past and even now that they have issues trying to like ruck with it on, trying to put bags over it, trying to put anything over their shoulders, right? And it just doesn't work out for them. Personally, I haven't had that issue. I just I haven't come across that problem yet. I just adjusted my shoulder straps appropriately to these things, and I have zero issues. Still very comfortable. These shoulder pads will go on every single carrier I own in the future because they're just that awesome. Worth the money. I believe they run about 80 something bucks after taxes and shipping. So, going down here to the front plate bag, no shocker, you got the classic Crye admin pouch up on top here. Very small, so you can't really. I can barely fit my entire hand in here. Don't be misled. The pouch is not very big. You can really only put some pins and small notepads in here. I've seen guys put trauma shears in here, but I'm not the biggest fan of that because of I take a hit to the head and I go forward, my chin's just gonna bust open on the shears. Not a good idea. In the future, I might use it more. If I buy like a Axle Advance zipper adapter for it, so I can just zip it open instead of just ripping it open every single time. Don't really care for Velcro these days. It's annoying, and you'll kind of see how I've mitigated a lot of the Velcro stuff with clips and buckles and whatnot. It's just a personal preference. Moving down here, I got the SNS Precision Nav Board flip light, I believe it's called. Usually, I just put my phone in here when I'm on the flat range. It's just so that way the pocket, I don't leave my phone in my pocket and it just dangles everywhere. But usually I just use CivTac or ATAC and play around with it, pull maps, pull grids, communicate with my buddies on the range and whatnot. Excuse me. So very useful. Might change it over to the what's it called, the Dark Volt 2.0. But it all depends. We'll see what happens. Very nice piece of kit though. I enjoy it. Coming down here, I got the Shaw Concepts V3 placard. This placard saved a lot of headache and saved me a lot of time. Pretty much saved this build, in my opinion. And I'll get into that later in the video here in a couple minutes. But I got the quad stack 5.56 inserts from Shaw Concepts as well. I got the Faro Concepts large kangaroo pouch in here, and then I got the Blue Force Gear Blue Force Gear triple mag pouch, triple M4 mag pouches, I believe they're called. 2 tourniquets on the side here, and then the Faro Concepts Forward Observations Roll 1 IFAC. Really enjoy this thing. So, reason why I say that the Shaw Concepts V3 placard saved this build. Just touching on that real quick. Crye does not play well with other companies, historically speaking, especially when you want to put like aftermarket placards or other companies' placards on this system. They either sit too low, or they sit too high, or they stick out too much, or it just can't get into the loops up here in general, because I got some G hooks up here that loop into it. But here I'll show you guys. So come up, all right, with the Shaw Concepts V3 placards. You can adjust the height accordingly to whatever system you're using, and that's perfect for this build, because I've tried many different placards. I've gone from Spiritus to Faro to Haley to the cheap stuff on Amazon when I didn't have any money, and I ran into the same problem every single time. And this placard saves a whole bunch of time and a whole bunch of headache, because right here you can see the straps will adjust the height accordingly to like whatever you need, however high or however low you need it. Saves a bunch of time. Just fix this here real quick, right? It even makes it easier, so like that way when you're when you got that height adjusted like really well, you can put admin pouches up here, or like the cases, and it clears the mags just fine, 0 issues. Right. The Blue Force Gear 10 speed M4 pouches. I like the idea of being able to carry a ton of ammo, as you can see up here with the the 4 stack, right? I like the ability of to carry as much ammo as I can if I have to, because more ammo just wins gunfights. You can sustain longer in a gunfight and whatnot. Really cool things here. Really like it. However, you don't need to always put mags in here. At least I don't. I put like notepads, pins, sometimes papers that I can fold up, snacks, stuff like that, right? Doesn't always have to be mags. It's super versatile. Like I can even put like another tourniquet in here if I really wanted to, because these elastic pouches keep everything pretty secure, right? Almost forgot about the Faro Concepts kangaroo pouch, right? So I just had this laying around. I was thinking about buying a Shaw Concepts one, but I just had this laying around after trying so many placards that it fits. I don't put anything bulky in here. I just put maps, pins, snacks, ranger bands, stuff like that. Just stuff that can fit neatly into here, so that way everything stays flushed. Because if I put super bulky items in here, it's going to get caught, and it's just going to get in the way of trying to pull mags out, or trying to pull something out of here if there's anything up in here that I need to get out. Trying to put mags back in, it's just I like to keep this pouch super streamlined and super flat, so that's why that's there. 2 tourniquets on each side, just so I can grab them for whatever reason. Always gotta have tourniquets on your kit, because bleeding out sucks, right? So then I got the Faro Concepts Forward Observations Roll 1 IFAC, super awesome down here. I have it for 2 reasons, right? So one, first reason is it's an IFAC that I can get to myself. I can perform first aid on myself pretty easily if I have an IFAC right here in front of me. Second, it creates it's like a soft pillow between my stomach or lower chest and the ground. Because when you go in the prone, you're crawling everywhere and doing shit, the ground fucking hurts, right? This creates a little barrier for that, and it's very comfortable. So that's the front plate bag, what I got going on here. For cummerbunds, I'm running the Axle Equinox cummerbunds with the first spear tubes. Love those, super convenient. Before I get into what's on the cummerbunds, which really isn't that much, I just want to say, maybe I'm not the first one to figure this out. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below, or however you feel to communicate that to me, because I'm really curious and I really want to know. I was able to attach the Axle Equinox cummerbunds to the harness system itself without the Axle micro harness, right? So the on Axle's website, I don't know if they know, or I don't know if it's intentionally kind of marketed like this, but it seems the only way to mount these cummerbunds and use them appropriately, at least, and not have it be super awkward, is if you buy the Axle advanced micro harness that goes on the AVS, which is basically just like, if you don't want to use this entire harness system, it's just like 2 pads back here, and that's the huge difference. You don't have this entire harness system going on here, right? But it seems from what it looks like, in my opinion, at least, the only way to use these cummerbunds appropriately on this system, the Axle Equinox cummerbunds, the only way to use those is if you use the Axle micro harness. I did buy one. However, during the time of me waiting for it, I figured out a way to get these cummerbunds on here without the harness itself, or the micro harness. If you guys want, I can make a video on that later. It's just going to be a total pain, but I'm down to spread that information, because it fits very comfortably. I have no issues. But on the left here, I got Marine Corps issued nods pouch. It's empty right now. Because my nods are mounted on my helmet. Sun's going down a lot sooner now, and I can go out and shoot and do nods and shoot under nods and whatnot. I have some shock cord wrapped around it for now, just so that way it's not bouncing around and flopping everywhere. Got some electrical tape carabined onto here, just in case I need to wrap stuff up on the fly. Battery caps and whatnot, or wires. Excuse me. And then I got the Crye Precision Mibiter radio pouch. I believe that's how you say it. I just put like bow things in here. Sometimes even like a water bottle can fit in here if you really want to. It's pretty fucking neat. I like it a lot. It just velcros onto the tongue here, right? Definitely better radio pouches out there. I just prefer this one for now. Moving to the right, I got the forward Onward Research Chub pouch. There we go. I almost forgot the name of it for some reason. At first, this pouch was a little. I thought this pouch was going to be a bit bigger. That's on me. I should have looked at the measurements. There we go. I can talk on the website. But once I got it, started putting stuff in it. I have no issues. I like the size of it. Sometimes bigger isn't always better, right? So I got a Linksadic compass in here. Got to always have one of those in your kit somewhere. Pretty freaking neat. You can shoot it back azimuth, or call for fire with these things. Whatever you got to do in case your technology goes down. And then I got the Bushnell 1700 prime rangefinder. This thing has a 6 times magnification, I believe. If you don't have a rangefinder, you should, even if you're not like active duty or like law enforcement and you just go to the range or you hunt, these things are super useful because if you're on the flat range or if you're on a range and you don't know how far away you are and you from the target and you need to collect some data, some dope, these things are money. I believe this only ran me $150 at the time. I bought it about a year ago. This works just fine. It's perfect. Put that back here. Now moving on to the back. I like back panels over backpacks. I run them a lot. I know that I'm not in any cool unit or active duty still, whatnot, but I do train with friends, like I mentioned in the video earlier. So if there's anything that I needed to get out of here, more than likely they're going to be the ones who get the stuff out of here for me, right? So this is just a regular Crye precision Molly zip-on back panel, right? So when you order it, or if you ever get it, it's just going to come straight up Molly, right? Nothing on it. You zip it on, and I went that route because I like being able to customize my back panels for the most part. I like doing whatever I want with them. So first I got the BDS Tactical Jimmy tool, I believe this is called. It's on their website. It's like $20, super cheap. I just keep it in here in case I got to break open a door, smash a window, something like that. Something that I need to just pry into, just in case, right? Super useful, super light, super small, and you can do a lot with it. Across here, I got the Liberty Dynamic flashbang pouches. I got 3 of them from Spiritus Systems. These not only hold the Liberty Dynamic flashbangs, they also can hold water bottles, mags, smokes. If you get like a skinny enough smoke can, which they're out there. You can put notepads in here. Like it's very versatile. Like you can only put bangs in here. Totally up to you, right? But like it's really versatile, and I appreciate that out of Spiritus, right? Working our way down here, I got the Spiritus Systems GP pouch, medium, I believe, the medium sized one. The big pouch in here usually stays pretty empty. I just throw stuff in here, like maybe whatever I need to take last minute to the range or whatnot. It usually stays empty though. And then in the small zipper pouch here, I just got a thing of batteries, but usually when I'm using my batteries a lot, I'm at the range a lot. Haven't been lately. This smaller pouch on here is filled to the brim with batteries. Pretty neat. So that's one of the back panels, and I'll show you guys this other Crye back panel that I got. This is the generic one that everyone's seen. 2 small GP pouches up on top here, and then 2 wide ones. I like my options. Weird like that, I know. And then 2 M4 style mag pouches at the bottom here. Pretty neat, like that. And then this is fake one from Ido Gear. This cost me like $40 on Amazon, which are like $200 cheaper than these real Crye ones, and they hold up just fine. This one does, at least. The doesn't feel too different from the real ones. Don't recommend getting this. I definitely get the real one from Crye. But I will say my experience, this thing's freaking tough, and I can put a ton of stuff in it and run around in the roll around in the dirt. And I've been to a lot of range days, a lot of courses with this thing, and it's fun. It holds up. Really enjoy it. One thing I should mention about most of the back panels, not this one, I believe, but this one has huge pouch in the back here. You can put whatever it is you need in here, like a camelback. You can put like reaching tools in here because you can come all the way in the back here. Open it up and just, see right there. Super useful, super awesome. Same thing with this one back here. You can do that exact same thing. It's just it's a bit wider than this one. So yeah. Crye AVS runs almost $1,000 after shipping and taxes, or a little bit over. Price point's a little bit ridiculous. I completely agree. Definitely try to get this thing used from like, you know, surplus store or like one of the vendors on Instagram, because that's where I got this from LBOE_tactical. Super cool dude. Sells a lot of nice stuff. Very good quality as well. However, I believe it's worth the money, especially if you're looking for something that is that you need to put a lot of weight on, right? Or something that needs to hold a lot of weight and that needs to be very comfortable. I believe that achieves the best of both worlds, the comfortability and being able to load this thing up to the freaking brim, right? I believe if you're, you know, in the infantry, if you're a straight leg grunt, maybe airborne, I don't know. I'd never jumped out of planes. I wouldn't really know if this is the plate carrier for you guys. But if you don't jump out of planes a lot, and you're carrying a bunch of shit and you're hiking everywhere, and you need to carry a bunch of ammo and a bunch of other stuff, this is going to perform better than the traditional plate carriers that don't have that support system like this thing does, the harness mounting system thing. Personally, I'd wear this. I can wear this for hours and hours and hours on end, like I have in the past, and I feel almost no weight. And no hot spots either, which is kind of insane, to be honest with you. It performs very well. The only downside, like I said, is the price point. You're gonna come out of pocket for this thing, and it's gonna hurt the bank account a little bit. But just budget accordingly and be smart with it, I guess. This plate carrier is, again, the most comfortable plate carrier I think I've ever worn. When I was active, I wish I had something like this. If I knew about this thing, if I had the money, all that, I would have suckered in. I would have gotten suckered in and just bought this thing and enjoyed my enlistment a little bit more when it came to gear and whatnot, because I can wear this thing for hours and hours on end and have zero issues. And I believe if you give this thing a chance, it will work for you instead of against you. Take care of it, kit it out, or slim it down if you want. Totally up to you. I've ran this thing a little bit more smaller, not a lot of stuff on it, and it almost the weight is almost non-existent even when you slim this thing down, like way less than I have it, because I know I got a lot going on here. So but yeah, no, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any comments, any questions, any comments, leave them down below. Love to read them. Like I said, go check out Castle Concepts in the grunt perspective video, because this setup was heavily inspired off of his video in his setup. See you guys in the next video. Thanks.